So you see an orange barrel and, well, you might let out a groan, but the work being done is to make roads safer for all of us. Unfortunately, too many times drivers aren't paying attention and a worker gets hit and sometimes killed. I went out to a work zone to see just what these workers are contending with each and every day.
Sometimes you'll lose your heart at. Yeah, the semi's going past you, it'll blow off.
That's the least of what these ODOT workers are dealing with in this Wood County work zone where crews are doing some patching.
It's nerve-wracking, especially when you send guys out to, set up a zone and traffic's moving 70 miles an hour.
In some cases, there's barely anything standing between workers and traffic, maybe just a barrel or a cone.
We had actually 3 side mirrors come off of vehicles just from getting too close to the grabber cones or the paver. Now the guys on the paver back there, they are right on the line. So, they could reach out just 6 inches and they're right there with traffic.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol is working with ODOT to keep workers safe in construction zones.
Keep an eye on your speed. Did you see the sign? It's 55 through the construction.
65.
OSHP reports in the last 5 years there have been 91 deadly crashes in Ohio work zones, 10 in Northwest Ohio. That includes workers, drivers, and pedestrians.
So what we see most is they don't change driving behavior. They treat it as any other road. They ignore the signs, ignore the barriers, ignore the workers. And that's why we're here, to make sure that they abide by the traffic rules.
Because when they don't, the worst can happen.
Have a good day, guys. Be careful.
That's why ODOT and OSHP are asking drivers to pay attention, look for speed limit signs ahead of work zones, slow down, and don't be distracted.
Not only us, but just the crews out there working. They're like anybody else. They're human beings. They have hearts, souls, families. They want to go home. They're out there doing a tough job. They're just trying to put food on the table and pay their bills. Their families want them to come home. Give those people the respect they deserve.
And as you saw, the Ohio Department of Transportation and Ohio State Highway Patrol work closely together to keep work zones safe, not only for workers, but also for you driving in them. Ryan McClure is with ODOT, and Lieutenant Rustin Check are here with me this afternoon. So we could talk a little bit more about the importance of paying attention in these work zones. Gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for your hard work. We appreciate it. And as we mentioned, some people might just be like, more cones. I'm sure you get that a lot, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
But, when you see what happens at the end of these projects and the roads are much smoother, it's better for everybody, right?
Absolutely. It keeps everybody safe and keeps roads in better shape.
Exactly, and that's good for our vehicles and, good for us and all of that as well. But, being on those roads and in those work zones, have you had any close calls, or do you know of anybody who has had a close call?
Out of Wood County, we actually had a crash attenuator get hit. Throughout the wintertime, we were doing some asphalt repair, and a driver, a semi-truck swerved right at the last minute, and the driver right behind him struck our crash attenuator inside of the zone. And caused damage to their vehicle and ours. So, yeah, that's our closest one that we've had so far.
Yeah, and this could be a life. This is a person, as we mentioned, a human with a soul who goes home to a family every day. So you all are there to help enforce those traffic laws, to help keep these zones safe. But you're putting yourself out there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody's alongside the road, whether it's construction crew, EMS, police, fire, tow truck, whoever. It's dangerous being out there, and people need to pay attention to whoever it is alongside that road to make safe decisions while driving.
And we mentioned 91 fatalities in these work zones in Ohio in the last 5 years. That's a lot, right?
Right.
And what does that, you all are the ones that have to go to the house or make the phone call.
Right. So the primary investigating agency, which a lot of times is us, we're the ones who are in charge of making those death notifications or serious injury notifications, unfortunately. And you're right, there have been 91 fatals in the state of Ohio in construction zones since 2019, and 10 of those have been in Northwest Ohio. So it's not just a Ohio thing, it's also a Northwest Ohio thing.
Right, so we all need to do our part to pay closer attention. What do you see the most when you're out there in a zone and traffic is whizzing by? What do you think's going on? Are these people distracted? Are they just in a rush, or what's happening?
I think a little bit of both. I think people are distracted. We see a lot of people drive by us on their phones. We've seen people drive by looking at magazines, looking at books, and just just in a big rush. Just they won't slow down, they won't move over. But yeah, I've seen people reading books while driving down the road.
Wild. That's what are we doing here? What are we doing? So these zones too change on a regular basis. So how important is it for people to be paying attention each and every day, even if it might be a work zone they travel through all the time?
Yeah, absolutely. So out of Wood County, we are just in charge of maintenance of the road. So our work zones can vary from 2 miles at the 180 to 2 miles at the 167. So I mean, we can go wherever we have to go to fix a hole, to fix a problem with the road. It really depends on what's going on and when.
So when you see those signs or flashing lights, obviously we got to move over if possible, but it's just about paying attention, because you never know when something's going to look a little bit different from one day to the next, right?
Correct. And we set advanced warning signs out, and we try to give everybody as much notice as what we can. And I don't know, it seems like a lot of times people don't see the signs out either, so.
They're like, what? I didn't see that, you know. And in that case, that is what the driver told Lieutenant Gear, you know. Oh, I didn't see the sign, and it's like, well, it's up there, you know, 55 miles an hour. And in many cases in these work zones, it doesn't matter or in all cases, it doesn't matter if workers are present, right? When it comes to enforcement.
Right. So the speed zones, they do fluctuate a lot of times when workers are there or they're not workers are there, but there's still speed limits to be followed, whether workers are there or not, and we are aggressively enforcing speeds within these work zones, reckless operations, distracted driving, any type of behavior that's unsafe for the driver themselves or the people around them, to include the construction workers. We're taking a stand on this and making sure people are safe while going through those zones. The driver of the car has one job, and that's to drive that car safely. That's it. They need to pay attention to the signs, the people around them, the construction crew, and if they do that, they'll be fine.
And those fines in those work zones, you don't want to have to pay those. They can get pretty hefty, right?
Right, so the regular fines themselves are expensive, but if you commit those violations in a work zone, it's often a double fine. So it gets pretty pricey. And the goal is not for revenue, the goal is just slow it down, be safe, keep people around you safe, let everybody go home. The construction workers, ODOT, we have families we want to go home to, moms, dads, kids, and that's the goal.
Yeah, so again, we can't say this enough. Slow down, move over, watch the signs, don't be distracted, you know, so everybody gets to where they want to go at the end of the day. Yeah?
Absolutely.
That's correct.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it. And, you know, we're going to continue to talk with you all in the future about other ways that you all are using enforcement. I know you have motorcycles that are going to be coming soon that people need to watch out for in some of these zones, and you do some things from the air as well. And so thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.